She was waiting when the knock came, not because she expected news, but because war teaches the heart to live in suspense. The man at the door was a stranger, dust on his boots, eyes that carried more weight than words. He held his hat in his hands, as if unsure whether to enter or disappear. He spoke her husband's name carefully, as if saying it too loudly might break something that was already fragile. That was how she learned. Her beloved had not returned from the front. He had fallen where the earth was torn open by fire and fear. There were no final letters, only the memory of his voice, now forever unfinished. The stranger did not linger. He delivered the truth and prepared to leave, as though his presence were an intrusion upon her grief. But before he turned away, he said one more thing. He told her that her husband had not been alone, that in his final moments, he spoke of her, that his last request was simple and impossible all at once. "Find my wife," he had said. "Make sure she is not alone." She closed the door without another word. Grief does not welcome witnesses. Days passed, then weeks. The house grew quiet in a way that felt permanent. She learned how to sit with absence, how to speak to memories, how to survive the long evenings. When the stranger returned, she felt anger rise before reason could stop it. She did not ask him to stay. She did not thank him for coming back. He did not explain himself. He only said he had promised. At first, his presence felt like an insult to her sorrow, a reminder of a world that continued when hers had ended. She kept her distance. He respected it. He repaired small things around the house without asking. A broken fence, a loose shutter, the quiet labor of someone who did not wish to be seen. Slowly, she noticed the care in his silences, the way he never spoke lightly of the war, the way he never spoke of her husband except with reverence. One evening, as the light softened and the day finally exhaled, she asked him to tell her how her husband died. He hesitated, then he told the truth. He spoke of courage without glorifying it, of fear without shame, of friendship forged where tomorrow was never guaranteed. He told her that her husband had been brave, not because he fought, but because he loved. She cried that night in a way she had not allowed herself before. And for the first time since the war began, she was not alone in her grief. From that moment, something changed. Their conversations grew longer. Not about the past, but about the quiet present. They spoke of simple things, weather, work, the slow return of seasons. She began to see him not as the bearer of loss, but as a man shaped by loyalty. What frightened her was not the closeness. It was the warmth she felt returning to a heart she believed was finished. Love arrived carefully, without betrayal, without guilt. It came as understanding, as shared silence, as two souls learning how to breathe again. She realized she loved him, not because he replaced her husband, but because he honored him. And one evening, standing beneath a sky that no longer felt cruel, she understood. The promise had not been about obligation. It had been about life continuing. Her husband had not asked his friend to watch over her forever. He had asked him to make sure she lived. And so she did.